Namaste everyone. Myself Dr. Kimaya Chogle. Welcome to my podcast channel. Today we have Shireen Malshe with us. Shireen is a very good friend of mine and a makeup artist and a hairdresser. Shireen is here because of the curiosity towards Ayurveda, and we will be having a discussion regarding common questions a lot of people have about Ayurveda. So welcome Shireen,
Thank you.
and I'm sure we'll have a very fruitful discussion
Yes.
in.
So let's start. So, Dr. Kimaya, my first question is what drew you personally towards Ayurveda than any other medical path?
So we have lot of traditional practices in our country, lot of cultural practices in our country, which are inclined towards Ayurveda,
Right.
and that somehow um, came to me, and I had seen those as a child, as in my growing up days, and I always had that inclination towards our
Ayurveda.
culture and Ayurveda. Yes.
Okay. Sounds interesting. You have spent many years in Rishikesh and Himachal Pradesh. You have traveled a lot. So, how did that affect your training or how did it influence your training?
So, coming from Ayurvedic background, Ayurvedapathy itself is very close towards nature,
Mm-hmm.
Prakriti, what we call.
Right.
So, traveling to these places like Himachal and Rishikesh, uh, you must have been to such places, I'm sure.
Yes. Yes.
Mountains, nature, valleys, rivers. So, our body naturally comes in very equilibrium to nature. There,
Mm-hmm.
we don't need to set up an alarm clock to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Our
Right.
body naturally resets. So, traveling in these places or living in Rishikesh, particularly, uh, I was able to correlate a lot of concepts in
Mm-hmm.
Ayurveda to our day-to-day life, and which drastically helped me with dealing with patient and their diseases
Mm-hmm.
and addressing the issues which people came to me.
So for me, it's like traveling is more about aligning your all the seven elements, six elements.
Hmm.
So it is like that in Ayurveda also.
Yeah, Ayurveda, there is Pancha Mahabhuta concept,
Right.
five elements
Right.
concept, and the seven things you talk, those are the seven chakras what we
Right.
have.
Seven chakras.
Yeah, it's okay. So yes, it you don't have to force yourself when
Mm-hmm.
you are present in these places. It becomes naturally easy to
Mm-hmm.
align with Ayurveda when you are surrounded with nature.
Nature. True. That's true.
Hmm.
So putting aloe vera on your face to make
Hmm.
it more cooler,
Hmm.
or eating tulsi for cough. So do
Yeah.
you think Ayurveda is more simplified?
What we do as a home remedy,
Mm-hmm.
say eating tulsi for having cough or cold or congestion, or putting aloe vera on the face,
Mm-hmm.
these remedies are derived from Ayurveda. The roots
Right.
of it are from Ayurveda, but this is not it.
Mm-hmm.
There is much more depth to Ayurveda. So today, what we see on the digital platform, where somebody is making some lap or some face
Mm-hmm.
mask and calling it Ayurvedic,
Right.
it's not true.
Oh.
So even though the roots belong there, that is the description of Ayurveda and the picturization of Ayurveda in today's time, it's not right. So
Mm-hmm.
Ayurveda has much more depth and much more customized treatment for every individual for any kind of disease or problem. Females should have so many amount of calories in their food, or
Right.
males should have so many amount of calories. It
Calories.
is not in, like, generalized.
Okay. One interesting point. How now modern science is revisiting the Ayurvedic herbs. Can you explain about it?
Uh, so today's time we have lot of laboratories who are doing research
Mm-hmm.
on the existing medicines which are explained or indicated in Ayurveda.
Hmm.
Certain herbs which are very popular among today's generation. You must have heard about
Yeah.
Triphala or Ashwagandha, Shatavari. So
Right.
there are laboratory researches happening on
Hmm.
this to understand how these herbs work in our body, the physiopathology, and how they are helpful in our
Hmm.
uh, different systems of the body. Earlier, the comparative criteria of, okay, these laboratories and the testing techniques were different than today's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But there were other methods from which we understood a person's hemoglobin or rakta dhatu in person's body has
Mm-hmm.
become less,
All right.
and there are ways and remedies given in Ayurveda to improve that kshaya of rakta in the body. When we look at modern
Mm-hmm.
medicine and today's times and Ayurveda medicine, there is this big bridge between these two ends,
Mm-hmm.
and that needs to be improved day by day through different levels by different vaidyas and people who practice Ayurveda.
Is it like that ki Ayurveda works slow and gives better results, or how is it?
I think every pathy, this is my personal view, that
Mm-hmm.
every pathy, be it Ayurveda, be it modern medicine, or any other pathy, has some limitations.
Mm-hmm.
So every pathy is good at something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if there is an integrated approach to look at a disease or a person who is suffering,
Mm-hmm.
he or she will get a better health and a better life. You talked about Ayurveda being slow. It is not slow. Pathway of addressing certain issues in Ayurveda is different.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in Ayurveda, we don't suppress a sign or symptom.
Right.
So it completely depends on the practitioner, the type of medicine you are taking, and the
Mm-hmm.
type of environment you are in.
Right.
Because external triggers and external factors for a disease or for the condition of a patient are always present.
Mm-hmm.
In absence of those factors, if you take Ayurvedic medicine, they are as good as any other medicine which are present in today's time.
So, Dr. Kimaya, do you think Ayurveda and modern science can work together, or they are opposing each other?
Absolutely, I would say modern science and Ayurveda can work together in an
Mm-hmm.
integrated way, because there is no way or there is no need to oppose each other and prove, oh, this pathy is better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
They can work hand in hand and give you extraordinary result in certain diseases or a person who is suffering. And certain illnesses, they need to be addressed through modern pathy, and
Mm-hmm.
certain illnesses where modern doesn't have any answers for, are addressed by Ayurvedic medicine.
Okay. Do you think we are shifting back to our roots again and taking Ayurveda as a medical mainstream pathy?
Yes, definitely. And there is a very big, I would say, revelation or reason behind that. Uh, Today we have digital platform
Mm-hmm.
which brings us lot of things from around the globe in fraction of seconds.
Right.
So Ayurveda has been existing for past 5,000 years,
Mm-hmm.
but the popularity or the trend which has started recently, uh, it gives me immense happiness, at the same time little bit of worry that Ayurveda is coming back to us, but it is more westernized and it is brought to us
Mm-hmm.
by the westerners.
Right. So, do you think it's only in India or it's all over the world?
The trend or the things which I came across when I was in Rishikesh, that people from Western world have started, developing interest and curiosity in Ayurveda,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to learn Ayurveda and adapt the changes or dinacharya, what is mentioned in Ayurveda, and
Mm-hmm.
improve their health and lifestyle. And this is something I feel, uh, we being Indians, uh, we are kind of copying that,
Okay.
imitating that because it is adapted by the Western world
Mm-hmm.
and other countries, then we think it is better or good. But Ayurveda has existed for 5,000 years,
Right.
and until now, until past few years, decades, I would say, nobody was so much keen and interested in Ayurveda.
Mm-hmm.
So today, when there are researches happening and Western doctors who are in different pathies, they want to study what medicines and herbs exist in Ayurveda, what certain incurable disease and complicated, diagnosis, people have certainly started moving towards more natural and healthy way,
We.
even with Indians and in Western. And that is not the only reason, I would say. People are finally educating themselves, even in India,
Right.
that the powers which lie in Ayurveda, how the long term effects they give them, and
Mm-hmm.
how less side effects they have on their day to day life. And that is why people have started moving and looking towards Ayurveda as a mainstream medical system.
That's very interesting to know about it.
I have one question for you as a Vaidya, as a doctor. I would like to ask you, what are the things you expect from Ayurveda and Ayurveda practitioners that would help you reduce the fear towards this pathy?
Mhm. Okay. So, like you said about the fear, yes, I do have a fear towards Ayurveda because I don't have a knowledge about it or the more awareness about it.
Hmm.
So, people like us would like the more awareness about the Ayurveda, how it will suit our body, and how we can use it in our day to day life also
Hmm.
for longer period.
Hmm.
So, I think, yeah, that is my answer. The more awareness about the Ayurveda, and which will make us comfortable to Ayurveda.
Right. So addressing this issue, and I think a lot of people have these questions
Mm-hmm.
and curiosities towards Ayurveda. In upcoming podcast and other digital channels, I will be addressing few of the questions which you have asked us today, and many other questions and other myths or certain doubts regarding Ayurveda, and clarifying and creating more awareness of how the treatment and medicine works in
Right.
Ayurveda.
Great. We are waiting for it. So, to conclude the today's podcast, what message would you like to leave for our listeners about Ayurveda?
Ayurveda is not just about the medicines
Mm-hmm.
or tablets or kadhas or treatment. Ayurveda is more about knowing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing yourself means the way you sleep, the way you eat, your
Hmm.
digestion, your psychosomatic healing, and your entire lifestyle, your dinacharya, your rutucharya, the
Hmm.
kind of place you live, the kind of terrain you live, the geographical surrounding,
Hmm.
and also your emotional health, the emotional surrounding you have. So all these things you start observing, you start noticing, you will understand Ayurveda more. At the same time, learning about Ayurveda will also help more.
Okay. So, that was very insightful and very beautifully explained.
Thank you so much, Shireen, for coming to my podcast and having this discussion with me. Hope it was insightful for you and insightful for all our viewers who have this myth and some certain understanding about Ayurveda. And in coming podcasts, we will be creating more and more awareness creating videos regarding Ayurveda and
Okay.
doubt solving sessions of many other viewers and co-host who will be coming to us in the next episode. Thank you so much, Shireen.
Welcome, welcome, and thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah.